Steve Smith does the pre and post for Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network, the former wide receiver, and he weighed in on the Odell Beckham Baker Mayfield drama. Here's what he had to say last night.
You are pretty good, and Baker Mayfield isn't. Now, I know Baker may not like this because I know he hears things, but, son, let me just tell you something. Focus in, folks.
I would have loved to hear.
You're not very good, and Odell is moving on because of you, bro.
Okay, so there's Steve Smith's comments. Baker Mayfield's not very good. Odell Beckham's moving on because of Baker Mayfield. Totally disagree, by the way.
Here's something to support that. Do you remember how Odell Beckham in college wasn't really the star or even close to some other wide receivers we've seen who've come out in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a talented group. He played with Jarvis.
Yes.
Like, I don't know that anyone knew how good either was because of how bad the quarterback situation was at LSU and how bad their play calling was. And now you fast forward the NFL, and look, Odell was great the first couple of years. And that was probably the best final years for Eli.
Yeah.
Right? Like down the stretch, like his rookie and Odell's second year.
And that was his final playoff run, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
The game they lost to Green Bay because Odell was on a boat.
They're on the boat.
Yeah.
They're all on a boat. In Timberlands, which is just a weird look anyway.
Yeah.
But I digress. But and then after that point, like Eli started to fall off. Odell never really could kind of get back. He was started to have some health issues. There's the kicking net. That was a problem for him.
Well, he started dropping balls.
Well,
you know, he was a ball dropper.
And all after that boat. Whatever happened on that boat.
I love our balls.
I mean, for some strange reason, the one-hand grasp was getting away from him. You know,
he needed to get two hands.
He needed to use both hands on them balls.
I hear you, my man.
Secure the ball.
Yeah,
but you know, since that point, right, he gets to Cleveland, and I don't know, like maybe Steve Smith is right to a degree, right? Because since he's been in Cleveland, he hasn't even had close to the same numbers. And I guess maybe you put it on Baker. I don't, though. I think it's more the system. I don't know that they've been as centered or focused on getting Odell the ball. I don't think that's ever been a priority for them.
And also,
which doesn't make sense for the amount of money. Go ahead, John.
Well,
100%.
He doesn't. He hasn't stayed healthy. Like
Right,
that's the other thing. So like this whole idea that they're not on the same page. Well, how are they supposed to get on the same page if he's never healthy? Like and that's I think his body's falling apart. I think.
And by the way, he trains somewhere else in the offseason.
Yeah, he trains in here. He trains in L.A.
That's what like Jarvis Landry's his best friend. Jarvis Landry's been great in Cleveland. I've always thought Jarvis Landry was a better receiver than Odell Beckham because he was durable and you could rely on him. He's dealt with injuries this year.
Never drops balls, almost very rarely.
And here's the other thing. Remember, Brady, we talked about this, how it was kind of strange that they went out and signed Austin Hooper. Because it was like, do they really need another weapon? It felt like why are you adding another weapon? And I always wondered, if you're signing him, like maybe that was the point when you trade Odell Beckham. But it's almost like they've continued to keep it the same way, and now he's just like, I got to get the hell out of here.
That was the same offseason. They signed Hooper. I think he signed the biggest tight end deal that offseason of any tight end.
Yeah.
They drafted Harrison Bryant in the second or third round.
Right.
He was like an off the ball kind of fullback move tight end.
Because
they were signaling like, hey, we're gonna run the football.
Hello.
And
I'm glad somebody finally brought it up. I was waiting for you guys, somebody to bring it up.
And remember, Njoku asked for a trade. That was when David Njoku asked for a trade because he's like, there's too many pieces here. Odell was still there.
Yeah.
Like he was still on that team.
They're both overrated. We'll let that sink in.
Right.
You just said the key to this. The key to this is running the ball.
Yeah.
Cleveland's ability to run the ball is Cleveland's ability to win games. They have to play defense. They have to run the ball. And the moment you know that you have to run the ball and you have to play good defense, says to you that you do not have a quarterback that will beat you through the air. Would anybody sit there and say, without a shadow of a doubt and all the confidence in the world, that Baker Mayfield on his own, in terms of throwing the ball, can win games consistently at the NFL level? No one would come to the conclusion that Baker can do that. You know why? Because he hasn't proven he can. He's had moments where he's thrown the ball well. But has he had a moment or a consistency where you look at him as a quarterback and you say, you know what? That's a bona fide franchise guy that if we throw the ball this amount of times and you have limited run, the running back has been minimized in offenses, can we win with this guy? You're seeing you can't win with it. If you can't run, you can't win. So that's overrated. But now here's where you say Odell Beckham is over. Odell Beckham is a victim of his own success and fame. He's had some really, two good, really productive seasons. The fame and the coverage of him after the catch, the market that he was in. He's in a situation, I always call it the big play syndrome, the big play effect. I did a LaVar leap in college. And after you do it, they named the play after me. And after you do it, you know what your expectations are? To do it every single play.
Did you try it again?
No. I did try it again. Okay. I did, against Mike Allside. I would have got him, too. Ryan Clark hit him and knocked him out of the way. Anyway, the point is, here's the point. Odell Beckham, I think, became a victim. He works hard. He runs good routes. I mean, I hate to say it. You can see it in the film that his daddy put out there.
His daddy.
Right? His daddy.
He's from the South. I mean, that's what they say.
You can tell by the footage that his daddy put out there that the dude is running free on the field. But again, I don't care how free you're running on the field. If they're scheming you and they're saying, we don't really have to cover this guy, then you're going to be running free on the field. And any play, every single play, you can see guys running free. It's who you're scheming against based off of who the coaches and that quarterback want to get the ball to. And the only way you can offset that is if you're balanced with the run. So to me, to show him running free on the field and like looking nice running his routes and wearing watches while he's doing his thing, it's fine. It looks good. It sounds good. But in reality, there is a disconnect. And if you're as good as you think you are, it's impossible to have that disconnect with your quarterback because he's going to want to look good too. So something's wrong with Odell Beckham, but there's also something wrong with Baker Mayfield. They're both wrong here.